Drag was what helped me see that I have to be myself.
Being queer, we've always been a target. We're trying to make a statement. We're not hiding. We're not going anywhere.
We're Here is expanding. We have family that keeps growing. I think We're Here is really all of us.
Here we go.
When Johnny and I and everyone involved in the show were looking for new queens to bring into the family, empathy was the first quality that we looked for. The world is lacking in empathy. So what we're trying to show this season is that all hands on deck are needed.
I would have never predicted that 4 seasons later, it's actually harder to be out and proud.
My first impressions in Murfreesboro were that this is a place we had to be on guard, that it is not safe or even maybe legal to be visibly gay or visibly queer out on the streets.
This very weird air in the city that I can kind of feel.
I was telling myself that it was gonna be really bad, but no one prepares you. There's a lot of hate. So this is the town where they canceled Pride, right?
Yeah. We had to come to Tennessee, not only because it's where I'm from, but because there is a layer of urgency in our political climate that we really wanted to highlight to see the difference between the political rhetoric that's happening at the top and how it directly affects the people on the ground.
The real battle is about making drag invisible, about making queer and trans people afraid.
But quite frankly, the LGBTQ rainbow movement is a religious cult.
When we were at the City Hall meeting, after hearing so many negative things about queer people, it really left me hurt.
Family whose daughter spoke is interested in speaking, if you're comfortable with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course.
Really did want to be open to have a conversation, but being in that space, I just felt like there was not a place of understanding.
How you doing, sir?
Hi.
How you doing, sir?
Sasha.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Just felt like it was important for me to show people that when people do attack you or want to make you feel bad, you don't have to stand there and take that.
I'm leaving because coming out of the gate and being offensive to people is not the way you start a conversation.
When I was talking to this man and his daughter who have devoted their whole lives to bashing queer and trans people and spreading misinformation, I felt really focused. Do you believe that people are gay?
No, I do not believe that people are born gay.
Honestly, for me, it was quite eye-opening to be like, these people live in an echo chamber, get to spew hate about whatever they want, and they're not used to having real conversations with people.
You all look like men dressed up like women. You think it's okay, something's wrong with you.
Which is what made me keep my composure the whole time, because I was like, oh, this person has never talked to a drag queen before, so let me be the person who talks to him.
People in the LGBTQ religion, they want us to accept us.
Definitely not a religion.
It's still a religious cult.
We encounter these lies about us and about our community every day. This was a moment I had been waiting for, to speak up. To us, this sounds like hatred. That is not the Christianity I've learned about. In a way, I was grateful that they were willing to have a conversation, even if they weren't really gonna listen.
We are at a place in our country right now that's really perilous. We needed to find a way to be able to tell stories that had an even richer and deeper meaning than what we've been able to tell in the past.
And I think what we really needed to do was shift our format to show the importance of staying for a while.
By going to 2 places this season, Tennessee and Oklahoma, we were there longer to tell our stories. You'll be able to go into the shoes of our drag kids in an even deeper way.
Our city government is trying to silence the LGBTQ plus community. We need to be louder than we ever have been.
Getting to meet my drag child, Malika, was the most amazing experience that I could imagine. You can just see that she had a lot of complications with trying to figure herself out.
I just want to know that it's okay to be me.
I was ready for a journey with her.
Right now, it's like a lot. I don't know, have you even heard of like what it's like to be intersex? Yeah.
Having the first conversation with Malika about being intersex was extremely difficult for me. Up until that point, I had never met a person who was openly intersex.
For me to tell someone about this is a very big thing. I will let people bash me for being trans rather than telling them my true story.
Although the conversation was a little bit difficult for myself, I just had to think about how much more difficult that conversation would be for her.
If you are constantly by yourself in this, there's no way for you to come past this.
To have this conversation, we're learning so much together. It makes me think about all the other people in the world who have no idea about themselves. They might be trying to like figure this out. We all need to be able to see people who reflect us.
I bet you're tired. I bet you just want to live. And you deserve that.
Princey, my first drag child, a wrestling drag daughter. I am obsessed with wrestling. This is my dream come true. So when I got to go into the ring for the first time, I was like, I can do this. I'm a fighter.
Lock it in.
I have nails on.
It's fun.
The thing that surprised me so much about Norm is even though his drag persona, Veronica, is really confident, Norm is actually like really unsure of himself.
Speaking up and speaking out as much as I do may have brought a target on our backs.
In Murfreesboro, they passed this indecency clause. The rest in this kind of gray area politics where they're really looking, I think, to push people like Norm that were trying to make a difference in this small community and now feels like he has to live in fear.
People are scared to come together in Murfreesboro.
A lot of the hurdles that we faced is that so many people were scared about like helping us put this show together.
Let's make a statement.
The laws are confusing, and it feels like we are facing the possible risk of being shut down by the police.
It was very hard. But our goal was to do something that was going to be impactful because we need to be loud and proud.
Did y'all get your permission slip signed? We got a field trip to do, ladies. Let's go.
The drag bus scene was a scene that Johnny and I, dreamt up. And it comes from gay history. It's the invasion of drag queens to Fire Island inspired us to say what would happen if we had a semi-invasion of drag queens from Nashville going to help out the queer people 45 minutes away. The drag queens on that drag bus had a purpose, that we're all in this together.
We're here to send a clear message that love is here. I think that we met so many great people, regardless of however the politics of the area are. They wanted change, and they wanted to make sure that people in their community felt safe and felt seen.
Drag is so beautiful and it's so important. The escape that a lot of queer people need.
To see a room full of people just be on that stage and be celebrated, it's powerful.
I think it's groundbreaking to be able to see how much support is already there. And that's why we have to have drag, because it gets a kind of energy and joy and community strength together.
Drag will prosper, honey. You can't kill drag.